But maybe speaking also for a huge constituents of Kenyans who they could be bearing the same feeling. That yes, we don't have a choice. It seems we don't like William Ruto and we don't like Rigathi Gachagua neither. So what do we have as an alternative? So I think it's a critical question he's asking, or maybe he's telling, you know, some of the Mwananchi faction.
Yes, it is a critical question, and in my view, I would say, or I would suggest to the opposition where I am, that the issue of presidential tickets should not be a discussion that is left for the principals alone, because it's not the principals who are going to vote in themselves. The issue, the matter around presidential candidates should not be should be opened. Should be an open discussion for even Kenyans and other stakeholders to put in their efforts and their thoughts around that conversation. Because there's a faction that says Rigathi Gachagua should run. There's a faction that really believes that it should be Matiang'i. There's a faction that really believes that Kalonzo Musyoka is the man of the moment. So these thoughts need to be put together and people agree. Because if you do not agree, if you do not agree democratically in a good space, then we risk ending up with a division. Once we settle on Dibal as the candidate, and there's a faction that says no, we don't align with Dibal. So then what do? Let's chicken out. So we also need to, the principals and of course the stakeholders that are charged with that decision needs to factor in that concept. The people, Kenyans, must be incorporated in that decision because the risks are too high. Yeah.
All right, so then we need to know also on the ground as just moving forward that yes, Linda Mwananchi began in earnest, you know, the euphoria, every weekend, the bludgeoning of numbers that we saw. But lately, it seems this particular fireball is not really as huge as it was before. So what really could be informing? Is it a lack of resources? Is it just enthusiasm? Did they begin early? Was their strategy not very clear? Because it's the same mantra, you know, it is just about, you know, Ruto being the punching bag. At some point, you know, even the viewers, the rallies, people were coming for this particular rallies also, they'll be fatigued by the same narrative. What other coin is being tossed to try and lure this constituent that now is falling off?
You know, there's one thing we must agree, all of us as Kenyans, that politics requires strategy. Which is very critical.
But I just want you to tell me, from an assessment, you will agree that it is not as it was before. You know, when we talk about 6 months before, Linda Mwananchi was something else.
Yes, I agree.
Now it has tapered off completely, isn't it?
But
yes.
That might be part of the strategy. You retreat back and observe, and then now come on board full force. You know, the issue of William being the punching bag or something, it's not about William being the punching bag. Because if you walk around this country,
yes,
save for some areas that are enjoying the fruits of broad-based,
yes,
like the region I come from,
yes,
and some areas around Rift Valley. If you walk in other parts of this country, people are in agreement that William shouldn't be, Kenyans will not be safe with William in State House in the, post-2027. But then the big question is the replacement. That's why when you see Linda Mwananchi came full throttle and now they retreat, there is a lot of conversation going on behind the tents. So that when you come back to Kenyans, you can ask the question, who? Why? Because people are asking, like, who is replacing him? What are the reasons? So then our communication going forward should not be around William is bad, William is bad. Every Kenyan today knows that William is bad. So we in the position, we need now come, okay, William has done this in the education sector. This is what we are offering. Because we are the alternative government. These have happened in the police sector, brutality. So this is what we are going to do. This has happened in the health sector. This is what we are going to do. That is what we are working on right now. And that's why you see, it's not only Linda Mwananchi that has retreated. Even the alternative government has also retreated. You've not seen us doing rallies and all that sunroof activities. We are strategizing, we are organizing ourselves and planning steadily because, of course, it is in the public domain that the man we are taking head on.
Yeah, it's good. Also you're preserving your resources. Right, resources are getting depleted as well as we're going.
No.
Okay, let me invite Karaoke Ngujiri. Good to see you.